single out Dolores McQuinn because there are many people who are interested in this project and many people who do a lot to make it happen. But you always need a visionary to make a vision go forward. And I believe that Dolores has done a wonderful job, or Delegate McQuinn has done a wonderful job of ensuring that we continue to move the ball up the field. So help me thank Dolores McQuinn all over this. Let's thank her for the wonderful job that she's done. Thank you, Delegate McQuinn. Now, I know that you're about to have your eyes glazed over and you're about to be numb. And you hear that the program says keynote speaker, and that translates to a long speech. I promise you that I will not hold you long. But I just want to say a word on this important occasion as we mark this liberation, this liberating experience. Historian John Hope Franklin called the peculiar institution of slavery, that thing that we come here today to acknowledge. And I knew when I got up the train would come by. But what I'm struck with today and what bears mention is the ongoing and ever-present challenge that our country has faced regarding race relations since our quote-unquote liberation. The fact that we have continued to face so many struggles around race relations, the fact that the journey has been long and recent, makes today's unveiling even more meaningful and certainly even more necessary. The unveiling of these markers today, the ceremony, the honoring of our ancestors, is so very important to our ability to move forward as a country, to move forward as a city and as a state. And I hope that the nation will not miss what we're doing here today in Richmond. I hope the nation will grow to cherish the rich history that we're preserving here today, and that the slave trail can represent a step forward in reconciliation for our nation, but also for our city. This is a beautiful opportunity that we have here today to honor and respect our history and our ancestors. It's also a reminder of the foot of oppression that has been at the foot or at the neck of so many, and the foot of oppression that has been endured by so many. It's a reminder of those that have been mistreated. It's a reminder of those who have been hurt. And it's a reminder of those who have been discriminated against. And it's important for us to say that, because we could come here today and forget the stony road over which we have come. We could come here today and we can mythologize about what has gone on in the past. But today is also symbolic of the glorious moment for our people. All of those who held on, and our mothers and fathers who held out, who were patient, who knew that joy would one day come in the morning. Today is symbolic of our strength, our ability to endure, and our ability to move forward. And when I think about the suffering and surviving 3 centuries of slavery, oppression, deprivation, and denial, our ancestors had the courage and conviction to summon a crack of sunlight, enough to penetrate the gloom they faced. They held on and they held out. And this was just a few moments ago in our history that we come here today to acknowledge. And the way to honor our ancestors meaningfully is to take inspiration from their sacrifice and use that inspiration to press forward. The Richmond slave trail will be here to make this country remember clearly how Africans were introduced to this country, this strange new world that held no promise for them and held for them an unknown future. But the Richmond slave trail will also be here to inspire us, to remind us how we fought for every inch and how we fought for every right, how we had to dig our shoulders into the dirt in order to be here today. This slave trail will be a constant reminder of the awesome responsibility that we have on our shoulders, a constant reminder that we can overcome just as those in the past have overcome. It should cause us to stand up again and again stand up and declare that even though we're tired, we're going to move on to vote in greater numbers. We're going to move on to speak in louder voices. We're going to sharpen our pencils, get our education, be our brother's keeper, and walk with bigger strides. Those of us who enjoy the freedoms that those who came before us did not enjoy have got to take responsibility for all that was just outside of their reach. There can be no other resolve, and the choice is clear. And as you walk the trail, if you feel anything less than that, then you need to walk it again. If you walk the trail and feel anything less than the emotion that I am trying to describe right now, then you need to go back and walk it over and over again until you feel what I speak of. If we cannot appreciate the challenges